For too long, we have waited on the sidelines. But today, my generation is ready to lead the charge towards a sustainable future for all.
She studied under a flickering streetlight because her house had none. And years later, that same girl was invited to speak at the United Nations. In a small village where dreams rarely left the ground, Asha was born into a family that could barely afford 2 meals a day. Her father worked at a brick kiln. Her mother sold vegetables at the roadside. But Asha had one dream: to study. Every morning, she'd follow those children barefoot, just to listen from outside the classroom window. One day, the school guard caught her. "You can't stand here," he said. She ran home crying. But instead of quitting, she made her own school, drawing alphabets on the dusty floor, teaching herself from old newspapers her father brought home. A few weeks later, a local teacher noticed her. He saw the sparkle in her eyes and gave her his old books. That moment changed everything. From that day, she studied every night under a streetlight while others slept. But poverty doesn't wait for dreams. Her father wanted her to start working. "Education doesn't fill stomachs," he said. Asha refused. For the first time, she stood up and said, "One day, my education will feed all of us." Her words turned out to be true. Months later, Asha topped the district exams, and a local NGO awarded her a full scholarship. For the first time, she stepped inside a real classroom, not as an outsider, but as a student. But the city wasn't kind. She was bullied for her accent, her clothes, and her background. Every night she cried in the hostel, but every morning she woke up stronger. "Let them laugh," she whispered. "One day they'll clap." She studied harder than ever before, and soon became the top student in her entire school. Teachers admired her. Students began asking her for help. The same girl once laughed at was now leading study groups. But the biggest test came next. University. She applied to dozens, but every application needed a fee. With no money, she walked miles to a cyber cafe and wrote hundreds of essays for others, just to save up enough to apply for one form. Weeks later, she received a letter. "Congratulations, you've been accepted." She fell to her knees, tears flooding her eyes. That night, the entire village gathered. Firecrackers, laughter, pride, for a girl who turned dust into destiny. Years passed. Asha graduated top of her class, earned a scholarship abroad, and returned home, not as a student, but as a teacher. She built a small school in her village, the same place she once wasn't allowed to stand. When asked what kept her going, she said, "Because I never studied for myself. I studied for everyone who couldn't." Asha's story is a reminder: you don't need perfect conditions to build a future. You just need the courage to start where you are, with what you have. If Asha's story inspired you, share it, because someone out there might just need to hear this today.